decoy. If you don't have an experienced decoy, then you should resort to that. But really, you shouldn't overdo the bungee cord thing.
2 or 3 times per session.
Il dit, on fait ça peut-être 2 ou 3 fois. Avec, normalement, non, pas là, mais quand tu vas le faire lui-même. C'est à le faire 2 ou 3 fois et puis c'est fini.
Oui.
On n'est pas fatigué.
Oui, bien sûr, oui.
Non, moi, le plus
Attends Lionel, hein. Attends, je vais expliquer d'abord. Le but de l'opération, c'est de faire mordre la jambe d'appui au chien. Hein?
Okay. The object of this exercise is to teach the dog to bite the pivot leg and to bite it properly. So Gino is going to demonstrate how to do this using the elastic.
Pour les gens qui ne connaissent pas, qui cherchent à savoir pourquoi on fait ça, simplement parce que on veut éviter que le chien se fasse esquiver en son corps. Hein, si on veut pas que le chien se fasse esquiver, il faut que quand il voit souvent il aille systématiquement mordre. Hein, d'accord? Bon là il fait rien, il est en train de l'écouter. Ce que va essayer de faire Lionel avec l'élastique, c'est-à-dire c'est attirer le chien sur la jambe qui va être esquivée. Comme il arrivera au bout d'élastique, il va manquer, il va claquer dans le vide et l'élastique va le ramener. 1 fois, 2 fois. Et après s'il a un petit peu de jugeote, le chien va venir mordre là.
Okay. The object of this exercise is to teach the dog to bite the pivot leg because on a trial day you don't want it to end up in the wide open blue sky because the speed leg is gone. So you want to teach him to start focusing on the pivot leg when he sees the other leg go like this. So, what they're going to do here is Bill's going to get his dog really pumped up and excited to go in for the bite, and then he's going to send him, and if he starts to go for the esquive leg, what's going to happen is he's going to miss it, because he's standing just at the end of the bungee, and he's going to get pulled back, he's going to miss it.
Bon, if he does miss, s'il manque, il faut qu'il monte. Oui. Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fait, Bill? Il le ramène, il le reprend, on le réexcite,
The point is for him to miss the first time, so then he understands that that's not the leg to go for. So what's going to happen is Bill's going to pick him up, get him all excited again, send him out until he figures out to get the other leg. What's going to happen is he's probably going to miss that leg.
Il a fait du premier coup, c'est bien.
Right away, figured it out.
Il l'a tenté carrément. C'est bien. Très bien.
You guys couldn't see it from your point of view, but the dog right away turned his head for what wasn't moving. Went to look for what wasn't moving. Jumped right in.
Alright, if he misses, get ready to reel him in, Bill. Voilà, c'est good. Okay.
Right. Alright, there's an example of a dog that understands what we're trying to teach. So that's good.
Ah oui, c'est ça. On s'arrête. Il est déjà plus centré. Ouais, c'est bien. Je dis, il a plongé, quoi. Il a vraiment essayé d'atteindre. Pour plusieurs raisons.
When you start doing positions with a young dog, especially one that's never done it before, it's good to start on a raised surface like a table. For many reasons, which you'll probably get into here.
On peut même avoir une table un peu plus haute au départ. C'est simplement pour ne pas obliger le chien à avoir la tête comme ça pour regarder.
And you can even have a taller table. And one of the main reasons for using a table is so that the dog doesn't have to really crank his head up to see what you're saying, what's going on.
Deuxième,
Straight at you.
deuxième raison, on limite la surface. C'est-à-dire qu'on évite qu'il aille se balader à droite, à gauche. Quand il est au sol, il va n'importe où, on ne peut pas contrôler. Là, il tombe. Hein. Alors, quand il met une patte à côté, il se limite bien à cette surface.
The second reason is so that you're limiting the area that the dog's working in, so that he right away gets conditioned to stay in one spot rather than walking off sideways or forwards or whatever. So.
Et puis ça évite de se baisser, donc c'est bon pour la colonne vertébrale.
And it's good for your back, so you don't have to bend over.
Okay. Cette planche devant, il faut qu'elle soit impérativement peinte en blanc.
Okay. That piece of wood there that's acting like a little barrier should always be painted white. That's really important.
Elle est destinée à empêcher le chien de laisser pendre ses pattes dans le vide. C'est-à-dire, on va l'habituer à reculer pour pouvoir changer de position et ne pas les faire, parce que sinon, normalement, on fait le chien assis, couché, il va progresser comme ça. Donc, il faut l'empêcher de faire ce genre de choses. Donc, lorsqu'il va passer du assis au couché, il va falloir qu'il recule les pattes arrière et non pas avancer les pattes avant.
Ah, voilà.
Hein?
Okay, the purpose of this thing is to keep the dog's paws from hanging over the edge, which then leads to taking steps forward for every position. What you want him to do is to learn to back up for things like lying down, rather than what he normally wants to do is go forward, especially if you're at a distance. So that teaches the dog from the first stages to back up for that down, rather than to go forward, and which then leads to crawling and, you know, coming up to you.
Quand le chien saura bien faire les positions, cette planche blanche va symboliser le trait qu'il y a au départ. C'est la raison de la couleur.
Once your dog's got the positions down properly on the table, with this piece of wood, paint white, that is the easy for him to cross towards the white line.
Je vais faire rajouter cette planche sur la table qui existe déjà, mais à mon avis, elle manque un peu de longueur.
Okay, so ideally you'd want a bit of a longer table than this.
So what, about 24 by like 40 or something? 36, 40? A meter or so long?
Une bonne longueur de chien, hein? Un chien couché,
Depends on your dog.
toute la longueur, avec les pattes allongées devant,
Nice,
donc
good, stretched out dog.
au moins ça. 1 mètre, 1 mètre 20.
1 meter, 1 meter 20, something like that. So you've got whatever you've got, you know, what kind of dog you've got. I mean, if you've got a Great Dane, you need a big table. Enough for your dog to stretch out with his paws out.
Alors si on fait ça avec un malinois, elle est assez grande. Si on prend un berger allemand, elle est trop courte. Hein? Voilà.
Talia, does he believe in a narrow table to keep the dog from turning sideways, or is that a problem?
Et la largeur de la table.
La largeur de la table, ça c'est bien.
This is a good width for a table, right
Pas
here.
trop étroit non plus, faut pas que le chien soit gêné sur les côtés.
Not too narrow. You don't want it too narrow because then the dog gets a bit concerned about the size of the table. So that's about the width that we recommend.
Voilà.
You know what, Bill? We can use that bench that you made. We just need to build a white,
pour un jeune
little
chien,
white plank on it. That
il
would be
il est
perfect.
préférable de faire ça avec des
We should
friandises.
start using that again.
Okay,
That's
with
good
a
for
young dog,
conditioning.
it's not a bad idea to use food in this case because it's an exercise we don't like to do.
Alors on fait comme ça. Comment en français ou...
Non,
C'est commandement.
Le jail.
Non. Alors là, bon, le problème est là, hein, on le voit tout de suite. Si on met le chien, voilà, assis, ok, couché, couché, voilà,
Le jail.
couché.
Le jail.
C'est plus facile avec une croquette, par exemple. On la tire vers le ventre. Hein. C'est plus facile avec une croquette. Le assis est facile. Le couché. Bon, je vais faire. Je vais faire le assis et le debout. Hein, parce que le couché, c'est un petit peu traumatisant.
She does, but usually you have to bring her down and usually she
Voilà, oui, je sais bien, c'est traumatisant de toute façon. Mais bon, et surtout, il ne faut pas s'amuser à essayer de les faire au sol sans rien. Parce qu'on va tout de suite perdre l'avantage qu'on a eu sur la table. Hein? Il faut même s'assurer que lorsque le chien au pied, quand on commande assis, que pour s'asseoir, il recule un peu. Hein? C'est important. Sinon, ça ne sert à rien. Quoi. Il vaut autant prendre une méthode beaucoup plus classique. Quoi.
Okay, it's really important not to be working your dog on the ground at all until he's you've got that table thing down completely. Because you can undo everything you've been trying to teach very easily. And it's important also when you've got your dog on a heel and you're going to tell him to sit, to teach him to back up on sitting.
Pour supprimer complètement la table, ça aussi c'est un problème. Il faut prendre une barre. Exemple, la barre de la haie, une barre de haie.
When you go to completely remove the table, you start running into problems. So what you want to do is use something like, what he's bringing there, some kind of a, something like that'll make a line.
You're a white, too much water. You don't want to put it on the ground.
I don't think he wants anything quite that big.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. De cette taille environ?
Ouais.
Yeah, about that size. So PVC
Largeur,
with
largeur de trait, c'est un peu plus gros, c'est pas un problème. Il faut la...
it's not really critical of whether it's an inch or whatever.
Il est important de la positionner à peu près à cette hauteur-là du sol.
Okay, and it needs to be a little above the ground. So,
D'accord?
probably about 3 or 4 inches there, it looks like.
Posé sur quelque chose en équilibre.
Oh, okay, you want it balanced on something. You want it to be balancing on something.
Je vais montrer avec un exemple.
Avec
Vous
une
prenez
boîte de coca?
voilà, 2 boîtes vides, ouais, 2 boîtes.
Can we borrow your, is it empty, your Coke can? Or your Dr. Pepper can?
Ok. Ça c'est bon, parce que bien, il est plein. Hein?
We have another...
Yeah, there's some right back here.
Oh, wait, on that,
Yeah, one of the
okay, it needs to be, wait.
C'est bon.
Okay, it needs to be balanced and it needs to be pretty heavy.
La hauteur est très importante, il ne faut pas que la barre soit trop haute, sinon ça relève la tête du chien et ça l'empêche de faire les positions.
Okay.
Ça va le contrarier, donc il faut systématiquement à cette hauteur, c'est très bon.
Okay, that's about the height you want it, so Coke can height. If it gets up too high, it interferes with the dog's head and makes him look up, so you don't want it up really high, obviously. You want it about that height.
Ce que je vous montre, c'est pour beaucoup plus tard, hein. C'est au bout de 2 mois. Quoi, hein.
Okay,
Il
this,
ne faut pas faire ça
when
dur.
you start doing this, you should be about 2 months into your position training. It's
Voilà. Si le chien,
road sort of thing.
si le chien avance un peu, la barre va lui tomber sur le bout de la patte. Ça va pas lui faire mal, mais ça va le réveiller, ça va lui... Et automatiquement, il va reculer.
Okay, what happens is, then when your dog starts to take a step to knock over the bar, it's going to probably hit him on the toes, and it won't be really hurting him so much as surprising him and forcing him to back up. So he's going to associate step forward with, oh, better back up.
Voilà, jusqu'à ce que, bon ben, on s'amuse simplement à la poser par terre. À ce moment-là, le chien, lui, évitera le contact avec la barre.
Okay, and then the next step, once he's got that down, the next step is to put the bar on the ground. And at that stage, your dog should be avoiding all contact with that bar, because he's probably knocking his toes off at the time.
Si on ne fait pas ça, le chien fera vite la différence entre ça et le sol.
Okay, if you don't do this, the dog will pretty quickly put 2 and 2 together and figure out the difference between being on the table and being on the table. If you step forward off, or you lose your balance, you can't anyway because you've got a raised bar there to keep the top of the edge. And on the ground, there's nothing wrong, so why not move all around? Jesse had a question.
What do you do when you can't get a dog to stand without making him stand? I mean, I have to hold him on and get him to stand. I know, he knows.
Okay. Elle dit que elle a un chien là, Trapper, il ne met jamais debout.
Because it's violent.
You need to start getting a little bit more hardy with him.
Give him corrections or anything. I mean, I can,
And bring him up. Okay, Debbie, what's your question?
All I was going to say is make sure the table is a very stable table.
Yeah.
I've seen people try to do position on a table just like this and the dog's flipping out and freaking. Make sure whatever you put him on is very secure, that the dog feels secure inside.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Ask him when you move from the side.
Debout.
Down.
I'm sorry,
Debout.
side.
Gentiment comme ça, avec le 15.
Make them nervous.
Il faut le surprendre.
When do you move away?
Hein, il faut le surprendre. Je sais pas si... Bon, alors j'ai expliqué. Bon, de toute façon, là, le fait de...
No problem.
Problème.
Bye-bye.
Stand.
Okay, go.
Non, j'explique. Non, s'il vous plaît. C'est très bien parce que ça prouve que lorsque sa position, ça, avec la tête en l'air, l'empêche de prendre la position debout. Alors qu'il la prend très facilement sur la table puisqu'il est à bonne hauteur.
Hey, Harold, you might want to hear this. I'm saying that illustrates the example really well of how much easier it is for the dog to do positions on a table because he doesn't have to tilt his head up to see what you want. It's harder for a dog to come to a stand when he's looking up.
Quand le chien fait les positions, quand il est apte à faire les positions au sol, on est à 18 mètres. À 18 mètres, il n'a pas de problème pour lever la tête.
Okay, by the time you've moved to the ground, you've also gotten to 18 meters of distance. That's what you should be at. And the dog no longer has to look up to see what you want.
Il a simplement le problème au départ parce qu'on est en contact.
Okay? The only problem comes at the beginning because that's when you're close and you're in contact with your dog.
Quand est-ce qu'on doit changer là? Quand on commence avec un jeune chien, on commence à côté. Quand est-ce qu'on avance?
Le plus tôt possible, il faut le faire de par devant.
Okay, as soon as possible, Mel, you need to move in front of the dog. Yeah.
Et après, il faut s'éloigner de plus en plus.
He's not jumping off the side.
Quand on est capable de s'éloigner de la table, on est capable de la baisser.
Okay, when you're able to move away from the table, you're also then logically able to lower it down. Start lowering it down.
Il faut surtout pas baisser la table, baisser la hauteur de la table, tant qu'on est au contact. Hein. Sinon, on retrouve le même problème que le chien au sol. Hein.
All right, if you start lowering the table while you're still having to deal with your dog at point blank range, then you're undoing everything you're trying to do. I mean, you're just contradicting everything you're trying to do.
En plus, il faut garder longtemps
Yeah, he said that before. Yeah, you use long.
Ensuite, il faut garder longtemps une hauteur intermédiaire telle que celle-là pour éviter au chien d'avoir tendance à descendre. Parce que quand la planche sera posée au sol, il pourra descendre à son aise. Donc il faut lui mettre un réflexe conditionné, hein, voilà, le réflexe de rester sur cette table.
This is the stage. This is the height of table you'd be. This intermediate height is the height that you'd be using for the longest period in your training, because this is the time that you really want to reinforce to the dog to be absolutely sideways resistant and to just be going up, down, sit, and not be going sideways at all before you move to the ground. Because once you move to the ground and the dog if he hasn't become just automatically down, sit, stand, and without going sideways, he's going to immediately figure out that he can do that, no problem down there.
Can you? I might have missed something. Do you go for distance while he's up at that height, or do you get him down and then go for distance?
What he said is as you gain enough control to back away from your dog, that's when you start dropping the table.
So you start doing the same.
They go together.
Okay.
The reason he suggests using the table, one of the reasons he suggests using the table starting at waist height is so that you're looking at your dog in the eye. Okay, and now we have a question.
Yes. Does the extra long table eliminate the problem of hanging the toes off the edge? Starts to curl himself in a ball when I tell him down on the table. Knowing he's too long, he goes into a ball, then it's hard for him to sit.
Needs a longer table.
That's what she said earlier.
Just a longer table, should that automatically take care of that problem?
Maybe not, but elle demande, elle a un chien qui tourne de côté quand donc elle demande s'il pourra
Il faut qu'elle soit plus étroite de manière à ce qu'il n'ait pas tendance à faire.
You need a narrower table. For one thing, sideways.
Il faut le reconditionner.
Recondition your dog. Recondition him to lie down in a different way. Okay, Bill?
Bo will put his legs sideways. He doesn't put his body. His toes have got to go over the edge. You put a board on the edge, or...
Ton chien aime bien... il met les pattes de côté, mais lui, c'est un chien droit, mais il met des pattes de côté, il aime bien...
Qu'il n'ait pas de fond dans le vide. Ah oui, c'est justement ce qu'on va éviter. Alors, il faut mettre une planche. Il faut mettre une planche autour.
Okay, then you put a raised piece of wood all around.
Okay, that's what I like. Because he'll even throw him over the top of that white one.
Well, he puts spikes on it.
Well,
Yes.
Electric.
Spike, yes.
Why not? That's what I do to keep warm.
Mais j'insiste aussi sur le fait que ça doit être fait d'une manière calme, ça.
Ah oui, faut pas se faire.
Donc, il faut le faire à la maison. C'est pas un truc à faire au club. C'est pas un truc à faire sur le terrain. Il faut faire ça à la maison.
All right, this is an exercise that needs to be done in a calm environment with the dog. Something you do at home. You don't do it down at your club on the field and all that.
Au club, il doit juste y avoir la planche posée au sol.
But when you get to doing
Mais
this
pas la petite table.
on the field at your club, you should be at the level where the plank is on the ground. That's where you should be at. Until that time, you should be doing it at home. Calm setting.
Toujours tester la clôture électrique.
When you teach in positions, put the bar on the table when you're at that phase so that when it falls it makes noise and that'll startle the dog to move back and avoid the bar.
That's where I want you to go, right? So really what you're doing is you're eliminating part of the field for your dog. In your dog's mind, it's just what's behind you that's not going to get used. And so you may think that your dog is looking at the blind, your dog is knowing that the guy is in, but he may really have his eye on the other blind. And so he may end up having to run the whole sector of a field that you're pointing him in anyway. And you've got to also be wary of certain judges who tend to put the decoys in a blind that's really close to a departure point, which is also close to an obstacle. And what often happens is the decoy gets put into the blind that's furthest away. But sometimes some judges will put the decoy in really close, and the dog's so used to taking off and just, going as far as possible to look, or taking off like a bullet, basically, that you forget about that blind that's right there. So even though you've got him oriented, he's just past it. You may just skip the one that's here and go way out there. So.
In the videotapes I've seen and a couple of the trials I've been to, the judge stands near the blind. So doesn't the dog key on where the judge is standing? The dog's going to go. I mean, you can if you want to train your dog that way, but then what if you decide not to go?
Le premier jour.
Alors, c'est pas le chien qui va
Ça, je le fais en jeu.
Maybe it's airshow. I think
Do
it's
that at a
airshow.
championship.
I think they airshow.
The judge won't stand over the fight on the championship.
That's what I'm saying. What if the judge decides to
See, that's also policemen make that mistake. That's a good point about what's behind you. The dog knows when they do a building
Oui, on
search.
utilise cette possibilité, mais non, c'est pas la peine d'en parler.
Wherever he passes, the dog never checks.
Le juge maintenant est amené à aller se placer à côté de la cachette simplement parce que si le chien s'éloigne à plus de 2 mètres, l'homme d'attaque peut sortir de la cachette, mais sur indication du juge. Alors si moi je suis là-bas, et si le chien s'éloigne à 2 mètres, comment je sais qu'il est à 2 mètres dans le sens? Donc il faut bien que je sorte de la cachette. Donc la plupart du temps, autour des terrains, le public a accès à toute la périphérie du terrain. À l'extérieur, bien sûr. Donc, la plupart du temps, le public va se mettre en face à la cachette pour regarder ce qui va se passer, quoi. Donc, il y a une personne de plus ou une personne de moins, c'est pareil.
De toute manière, on veut que le chien trouve l'homme d'attaque.
Non, il faut que le chien trouve, mais on fait tout pour qu'il trouve. Hein? Mais bon, on ne peut pas empêcher le public d'aller autour de la cachette. Alors, étant donné que le public peut y aller, pourquoi pas le juge? C'est surtout pour l'histoire des fuites, de 2 mètres, etc.
The judge has to be next to the blind so that when the dog is moved away from the decoy by more than 2 meters, the decoy technically should escape, but he can't do that until he gets the okay from the judge. The judge decides whether or not and when the decoy is going to make his escape, and the only way he can see that is by being there. And one other point, too, is that more often than not, the audience, people watching, end up going down there anyway, because they want to watch what's going on. So you've already got the people standing there staring into the blind, and the dog's already going to figure that out, so why not have the judge down there, too, so that he can participate in what's going on.
So that's easy to cue a dog up on that.
Yeah, they do everything they can to throw them off as well. So, but the judge has to be down there, so that's you can't get around, I guess.
That's good.
Ouais. Et puis, comment on fait alors? Il apprend on va faire le
Je pense que, de toute façon, il suffit de faire 1 ou 2 entraînements de ring en l'envoyant en cherche à bois. C'est une seule la solution. C'est pas, le problème, il est en faisant du shoot zone. Quand on fait du shoot zone, on a beaucoup de mal à empêcher le chien d'aller directement dans la bonne cachette. C'est l'inverse. Hein. Donc ça ne doit pas poser de problème. La transition, par contre, si elle s'amuse à faire du ring, de nouveau du shoot zone, du ring, elle va tout perdre dans le shoot zone.
Okay, if you're planning to do ring and then Schutzen and ring and Schutzen, forget it.
Yeah, I know.
Because basically the problem with Schutzen is trying to get the dogs to go, not to go except in order, right? Because I don't know anything about Schutzen.
Not to go to the last
the
line.
blind.
Not to go to the last line.
The dog
Because
goes
the decoy to the
zigzag.
last line.
Okay, well, it's a lot easier for the dog to go until he finds the person instead of remembering what order he has to do it in. So he doesn't see any problem with the dog.
So do you just do a different plan or and retrain the search?
Well, like you said, you have 2 options. You can either face your dog to the blind, let him go, and he'll quickly figure out that if he doesn't have to do a pattern, then
À peu près comme la garde d'objet, c'est à l'initiative du chien. Donc de toute façon, on l'amène en longe à celui-là, puis à celle-là, puis à celle-là. Ensuite on revient en arrière. De manière à ce qu'il sache qu'il est dans une de ses cachettes, mais laquelle il ne sait pas alors.